captains, both of them coming off victories. So much to look forward to today in the Tata IPL. Thanks for joining us on Baiju's Cricket Live. Let me tell you, there's a blockbuster show that's planned for you today as well, because look at the superstars in our studios. Ravi Shastri, Dhaval Kulkarni and Morne Morkel will be joining us as well. Hi Morne, good to see you. Sitting very, very socially distanced is Morne Morkel. Yes. But we'll begin with Ravi. Ravi, I mean, superstars on display today, some very, very strong teams with great performances. What are you most looking forward to?
I think the cricket, because you know, the two very talented, that intimidatory factor of yesterday won't be there. You know, try and add to this Mumbai Indians side, Bolt, the Pandya brothers, and Quinton. Then, you know, any side can be intimidated. So now when oppositions play against Mumbai, there's a belief from inside that, well, we have a chance here, as opposed to some time earlier when there was a no contest. We would have had to get a A++ game to the table to beat them. Now herein lies the opportunity. It's early days in the tournament and you've got to make a move. If you're playing against Mumbai Indians, make the move now. Don't let them get the confidence, because then they know how to.
They've been there, done that.
Then they know how to, you know, ride the tide. Yeah.
And it's so amazing. All the players you mentioned are pretty much all in action today. Morne, it's going to be a great day for you. You're doing the first game, so you know you started everything in the IPL with Rajasthan. Then later on in the day, I'm sure your emotions will come to the party because Delhi are in action. You know, do you think like that when you step up to the commentary box?
Oh yeah, it's a special day for me.
And I think the most emotionally charged person in our studios could be Dhaval Kulkarni. Mumbai boy, did very well for Rajasthan Royals. You were integral to their plans. Then you wore the blue jersey of Mumbai again. So what do you feel like? Because you're also in our commentary box for the first time. All the eyes are on you, Dhaval. What does it feel like when these two teams clash?
Actually, I'm in a dilemma. Which team to choose? I've played for both teams.
Some of those big rivalry clashes as well, right, Dhaval? Yeah. We remember that. Okay, so much to look forward to. We're looking forward to this weekend, without a doubt. What is trending in the Tata IPL? Let's take a look. Board here, but at the moment it is KKR that are on top of the table. Let's go to Morne first, because I mean, it was a great game to watch, Morne. You have to give credit to the Punjab bowlers. They made it interesting. But when Dre Russ came to the party, you just had to sit back and watch and just let him do his mastery. That was something to watch.
Listen, we got spoiled to Andre Russell, because that only means that he's going to win you games and you know, keep you on top of the table there.
And what was really heartening was, Ravi, that he admitted that maybe he only middled one. That's about it.
That's the scary thing.
One thing I've learned from Morne, next time there's a question down there, right? A fan question. Who is going to hit the maximum six?
I mean, he mentioned it last night. He middled one, but I can tell you what, those were big sixes.
And you know, he's not the only match winner. I mean, Dhaval, just take a moment to appreciate Umesh Yadav and what he's done. I mean, that's 3 matches now. Picked up wickets in the power play, 50 overall in the power play. Last 2 years, he's played 2 games. That's it. And that's the kind of form he's been in.
He was on a roll yesterday. The rhythm at which he was bowling, the sting that he was.
You know, everyone kind of sit up and take notice, and great going for both these gentlemen. We learned a few lessons from there, and today we focus on the first game. There is a little bit of rivalry between these teams. There have been some jerseys that have been swapped over the years. The Mumbai Indians take on the Rajasthan Royals. These teams really know each other inside out. Dhaval Kulkarni over the years has played a huge role in that, swapping the jerseys. What were the kind of, what were the kind of instructions you got when you were taking on Mumbai Indians when you were a Royal, and when you were taking on the Royals when you were playing for Mumbai Indians?
Both of them always try to get insights, how they operate, what
jersey there. Hey, fan pulse question. Love to hear what you have to say on the Rajasthan Royals squad. I mean, it's stacked with power hitters, so is Mumbai Indians, but even the bowling lineup, do they look like the most balanced squad? How would you rate them? And in fact, I've asked Ravi this question because the new Jodi, the new attack that Rajasthan Royals have, all the power hitters that they have, if you look at their top 5, are they looking like the most balanced side right now?
Very balanced and a very good attack.
Taught us, as Ravi previously also mentioned, don't ever underestimate the Mumbai Indians, because they know how it's done. 5-time champions. Possibly with the addition of Surya Kumar Yadav now back, how does that bolster their lineup for today's clash?
That's see him fit and firing again, because he's a real entertainer.
sky could be the limit here, but exciting between these two teams. In fact, from Mumbai Indians' perspective, they might be not happy with the fact that one of their biggest match winner over the years is now wearing a pink jersey at home. But listen, it's not so strange to see Lasith Malinga in a pink jersey, because it does tend to happen in the Tata IPL, and I can assure you there are definitely stranger things that you can watch.
Had dismissed his brother in the IPL.
Well, both still wearing shades of blue, technically, Mumbai fans. But Hardik Pandya will be in action later on tonight as they take on the Delhi side. The Delhi side, in fact, Ravi had that option of not really fielding as many overseas. Now they have a chance to have someone like Ngidi back, Mustafizur Rahman, who, goes in from your perspective.
I think Kamlesh Nagarkoti was injured.
Yeah.
So automatically someone can settle down and get into the groove. Because if Kuldeep starts firing and gets a little more consistent, there's that big wicket-taking option in the middle, like you've seen with KKR, with Sunil Narayan and Chakravarti.
I mean, it will be a test of the young Indian captains. Just from Hardik Pandya's perspective, you saw the Gujarat Titans and you said, oh, this doesn't look like a match-winning team, but they walked out there, proved a few people wrong. Hardik bowling a couple of overs as well. How would you rate that first game? Would they be prepped for today?
Absolutely, because the way they played, they ticked all the boxes. Fast.
He's at his peak now. I mean, the way he's bowled in the last couple of years is unbelievable. Just that release, from his hand, you see the seam bolt upright. If there's some juice in the surface, he's bound to exploit it. And he will, when he's on fire, he'll threaten any opening lineup. You smell that. And every game you go out to play, you know that reputation is there and you want to live up to that reputation. That's what's happening with Mohammad Shami now.
Yeah, you can see that confidence. And look, speaking of world class, I mean, we cannot forget the day that on this day, 11 years ago, 11 men on the field just lifted a billion hopes. We were bleeding blue to see India lift that World Cup once again. At that time, India, when they reclaimed the cup after 28 years, became the first team to win it on home soil. So many of those players are in action today. So many of those players. You remember, okay? You remember Sachin being carried on Virat's shoulders. You remember Gauti. You remember Dhoni in that six. And I remember the voice, Ravi, that carried us through those last final moments. From a World Cup winner yourself, to be able to call that moment.
Yeah, it was tense. Oh. It was with half an hour to go. You had, and then towards the end, they went berserk. And once MS hit that, I mean, it's something that one will never forget. I mean, for me to just be sitting there, you've been part of a World Cup team, but then to sit there and do it in your own country, against all the, trumpets and bugles and things of that sort, one can never fathom out. But it was one massive party. It was electric, outside there, and a big party.
That was just euphoria. What do you remember of that night? Where were you? What were you doing?
I was with Rohit and a couple of friends watching the final at his place. So
11 years. I'm sure it's still as fresh. I mean, if you had to call that moment again?
Could do.
What would you say?
Just did it some...
just coming full circle.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's hair stands when you even think of it. It's 11 years to the date now, and it inspired India. Let me tell you that it inspired a whole generation. Can you imagine Sachin Tendulkar, 24 years, 6 World Cups to play? That's how big it is. When people say World Cup, when someone who's been such a dada, like you would say, as a player for that long, he deserved that, and it happened. And you could see the whole team, they felt for him. Yeah.
They walked out there saying that we're going to do this for Sachin, and they did. It was destiny. We hold that moment really close. So enjoyable to have some of the commentators who share that moment with us here in the studios. But you know what? When we take them out of the commentary box, believe me, they're just as competitive. We make them work so hard, I mean, just they dance into the studio every day. Who actually won this encounter? You'll have to wait to find out. We've got whether it was the Avenger or the Challenger. And of course, 2 huge matchups to build up to today. Look like the most balanced team in the Tata IPL. But hey, still really early days. We've got a packed packed house on Byju's Cricket Live with Ravi Shastri, Dhaval Kulkarni and Morning Mockle joining us from the venue. So lots to talk about as the superstars descend. But first, let's find out what we're serving up on our playlist. Let's not forget Dhaval Kulkarni, who's played for both sides. We know the little bit of the dilemma that Dhaval might face, but Mumbai or Rajasthan, who's your heart beating for today?
Mumbai.
Ravi, Mumbai or Rajasthan?
I think it's an even contest. I'm looking forward to the contest because there's so much there.
Without a doubt, off late it has been Rajasthan Royals who kind of got the one-up on Mumbai Indians, but then Mumbai will try and remind them of what happened last season. There's a lot for Rohit Sharma to think about. Beautiful pictures of camaraderie. We've got initial thoughts, but let's break it down even further with our Byju's experts' view. Good chance that Suryakumar Yadav would be back for Mumbai Indians, bolster that batting. But if you look at the bowling lineup on paper, it doesn't look as incisive as it used to.
And that's why, a lot of pressure on just...
That kind of shows you what the expectations are from the leader. Just lead with the bat. But listen, Mumbai fans, I know you feel the pain. You didn't make the playoffs last season. You had a slow start again. But Mumbai fans, we are here for you. Don't you fear? And this is why. And I'm wondering if the two bowlers on either side of me are happy that they're sitting on either side of me rather than they're on the field. But Dhaval, we'll start with you. Just gut instinct, some of those names. Who's going to hit it big tonight?
Rohit plays throughout, then Rohit. And there's one more option that comes to my mind, Sanju.
So the fans...
150s, he gets that with ease because he's got that shot-making ability to hit sixes.
Well, the fans are loving this conversation because in the fans' pulse question, that's exactly what they want to see. Maximums from the hitman. Day game, what will the conditions be like? Let's find out in our Dream 11 pitch report. Thanks so much for that. All right, we're getting a little bit of word from the ground that they have not seen Suryakumar Yadav warming up just yet. So we were expecting, he has rejoined the squad, we were expecting him to maybe walk into the lineup. If that is the case, again, a little bit more. Any changes at all, Dhaval, in the bowling lineup? Would you like to assess that?
With the template that Mumbai Indian plays,
Wait, to be seen whether, we haven't seen him warming up just yet. It's to be seen, of course, whether he is in that 11. We'll only know when it... Let's get your initial thoughts first. I know you're not picking any sides today. You can be the neutral party for a change. So what's your feeling? What's your anticipation with these two teams?
Look...
For all of us, but the heat is now on Irfan Pathan. I know I said that he's not really got any stake in any of the sides today, but he certainly has a stake when it comes to defending the Avengers against the challengers in our commentary panel. The conclusion of who won between Irfan Pathan and Suresh Raina? Let's find out. The debutants are coming firing at you, Irfan.
What do you think, Ravi bhai?
Yeah, if you have this thing umpire like that, you need a match referee. Sach bata raha. Jatin kuch gadbad kiya.
What do you think? You've seen both.
Suresh was leg in leg here. He was tired at the back. I'm seeing from the back. Ek match referee ki zarurat hai.
Okay, don't worry. There'll be many rematches coming up and out of the box. Don't worry. You've got lots to look forward to. Really looking forward to seeing Trent Bolt in that pink jersey now for Rajasthan Royals. As Ravi mentioned, they might be happy with the fact that they need to defend a total because in the last two seasons, he has taken 22 wickets in the power play. He is our Swiggy Instamart player to watch out for.
Trent, thanks for your...
Someone who's actually very cool and collected with leadership is Sanju Samson. I mean, he scores the runs. What do you think his approach would be? As you mentioned, might be just pleased with the fact that he has to come out inside the total here.
Yes, and I like the way he captained the side last game.
System can he go?
Amongst all the Indian batsmen, I'm not talking of overseas players, if you use the word destructive, and you'll get 2-3 players, he'll be right up there in that list. Whether that name is Rohit Sharma or he will fit into that list because he can do exactly that on a given day.
Does it with class as well.
Yeah.
And elegance. He is a joy to watch. So, I mean, if you have to plot the downfall of Sanju Samson, as Mumbai would be thinking, what would you do? Let's find out. Lord, it did solidify with both these gentlemen. Ravi Shastri here. That's how we look at it, Ravi, because, young Indian captains in the spotlight have to outwit each other. So exciting that they are both X-factor players in a sense.
And both, one flamboyant, the other one...
Toss here now. Given that we're switching over to Pune, what can we keep in mind regarding the conditions, Ravi?
Conditions will be similar. It's again a lot of dew. Less dew. I would say less than some of less than CC.
And maybe spin a couple.
Thank you so much for that. So, Delhi Capitals win the toss and they're batting first. No, hang on a second, they're bowling first. You can tell, even Hardik Pandya, new captain. It's hopefully going to be quite a thriller, because one thriller is already going on. It's getting tight, it's getting close between the Mumbai Indians and the Rajasthan, as Mumbai are trying to chase down their target. They're currently 139 for 6 with Pollard at the crease. Anything their feet, and that's in fact what we want to ask you as well in our Fan Pulse question. Can the Gujarat Titans defend this total? We'll discuss that with Ravi Shastri and Graham Swan, who's joining us. I mean, we said it at the start as well, Shubman, just the shot-making ability that he has. It's his personal best that we've seen so far in the Tata IPL.
And good to see, it's pure talent. That guy is one of the most talented players in this country, right?
Also, what it does for the Gujarat Titans' point of view is to show that he can play that role to kind of anchor the entire innings if required, because their middle order was looking good in the previous game as well.
Absolutely, and the fact that he's
figures, it might be the second one that we see today, whatever it is. Nevertheless, he's done the job so far, making this Saturday even more sizzling. Looking forward to Sunday tomorrow when the Chennai Super Kings defend this total or not. And here's what some of you are saying at home. Yes, 71% of you think that they will be able to defend this total. Okay, the Delhi Capitals might want to have something to say about that. Then they've got the lineup and Prithvi Shaw at the start.
This is a competitive score. By no means a match.
In the striking rate almost 170 since last year. So advice to him to get it a good start before, let's say, the likes of Rishabh Pant come in?
Well, I love watching
30 seconds, but Pant versus Rashid could be a very key battle here.
Yes, and the timing of it.
Yeah.
Very early in Pant's innings, you want to see Rashid at him straight.
Tata IPL, what a statement it has made. Thanks so much for joining us here on Byju's Cricket Live with someone else who's making his debut in our Star Sports studios, Piyush Chawla. And it's Spinner's Day out because Graham Swan is joining us as well. So we're going to spin you into submission here in this post show. But let's begin with our Spotify Player of the Day, Shubman Gill. Piyush, I mean, the arsenal of shots that he is so impressive. He showed that perhaps if he gets an opportunity, and I mean, he's certainly got the results. Could have got, it's his best score that we've seen so far in T20. So, I mean, it's a long way to go for Shubman. Looking forward to the rest of the season. But Hardik Pandya and his captaincy, I mean, he's really taking ownership in a way, Swanee. He's promoted himself to number 4. So he's showing leadership there. Open the bowling out his full quota of 4 overs as well.
I know, he's like a kid who's been made captain.
His bowling, because bowling again since 2019, and just you look at Gujarat in the power play. They've got Shami, then they had Lockie and Hardik today. They are a deadly team in the power play when it comes to their bowling.
I think the pace is the key. If you see the pace they use.
Remember, I mean, he's figured with his best figures in the IPL so far now.
Absolutely. I mean, Lockie Ferguson, he's been brilliant for the past 150 clicks bowler. You can't do it.
And he's using his resources really well, Hardik, ensured that he would got his Tewatia and Vijay Shankar overs out of the way. But if you're a side now that is facing this sort of bowling for Gujarat to be in their debuts to make this sort of start in the Tata IPL?
Well, the new team when they came in, but the way the pace attack, the batting, everything looks so perfectly balanced.
So far clicking for the Gujarat Titans, as they're the team that manages to get the smile on their face at the end of the day. We want to hear from the winning captain and hear what he has to say. So let's go over now for the presentation. We did that with Mumbai. That's 2 centuries now in the Tata IPL. In fact, he scored them in the last 3 innings. Swanee, I expected a bigger smile on your face. That there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now that Rajasthan are sitting at on the top of the points table.
Yeah, brilliant from Rajasthan today. It's been a stellar start to the season for Rajasthan. And as an undoubted Rajasthan Royals follower, it's good to see them at the top.
I really thought, you were surrounded by some pink hearts or something, Swanee, but fair enough. We'll get to that later. Look, I mean, when you have a great day on the field like that, sometimes it just translates. Mishro super says, how about this from Joss the boss? I mean, listen, we know he's got experience behind the stumps. That, but look, a great day overall in that sort of sense for Joss Butler, getting points on the board for Rajasthan, and that's what makes a difference in the end. But listen, Mumbai Indians, we keep saying, oh, slow starters, these sort of things happen, but at some point it's going to catch up with you, Swanee. Rohit Sharma himself, there's a lot of pressure on his shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, we're used to Mumbai Indians
Swani. But I want to ask Piyush, because he's the one with the most recent experience sharing the dressing room, especially with Rohit Sharma, with Mumbai Indians. You understand these sort of situations. You understand what Rohit Sharma would be thinking right now.
Well, when you're 2 down in 2 games, talent he is. I've seen him in domestic cricket recently. He got 80 odd against us in a T20 game. So I've seen him and he is brilliant. So they have a very good batting setup as well. And once Surya gets fit, when he comes back into the mix, so obviously they are not going to be it's not going to be that easy for teams to beat Mumbai Indians.
Yeah, it looks a lot better. Surya Kumar Yadav returns without a doubt. But yes, Rohit Sharma, knowing him, he's not someone who absorbs pressure really well. Here's what he had to say after the match.
Very much, thanks.
Extremely experienced there is Rohit Sharma. Great to hear the captain say something about young Tilak Verma as well. Let's find out what happened in the presentation of that first game between the Rajasthan Royals and the Mumbai Indians with Simon D. IG's Cricket Live. We'll take a quick breather as we build up to what we have in store for you tomorrow. Stay with us. Get a victory just yet. The pressure might just be on. Let's go to Graham Swan, who has very sweetly waited for us throughout after commenting on a whole game. Swanee, you're still there. That's great news. Look, important for CSK to get points on the board here. Punjab would also want to bounce back after, what was that first match victory?
Absolutely. And it was coach.
So no dilemma for you?
Nothing at all.
So Swanee's a happy man because his team has won today. Swanee, I did see you practicing some bhangra with the fans out there. So are you sure you're not going with Punjab tomorrow later on? You're still thinking that CSK might pull it off? Well, you looks like you're Punjabi by nature, to be honest.
Yeah, I've heard they're the happy ones. They're the really jolly ones. But, I'm going CSK tomorrow, even though I've got the Punjabi moves. I think it's CSK's turn for 2 points.
You definitely have the Punjabi moves. We will see all of you at 6:30 tomorrow, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us, Swanee. That's how we debut here at the Star Sports Studios. Thank you so much, Piyush, with some Bhangra moves to end the day. We'll see you all later on. Have a great evening.